in the middle of the insanity.
Yeah, so welcome to Cubs Corner. I have no idea which number, so I give directly to Greg.
Hello and welcome to Cubs Corner, a rare March edition. Almost the Ides of March. If you remember the Ides of March.
Welcome to
Cubs
Corner.
No.
Didn't turn out too well for Caesar, did it?
If you remember.
Now that was
Oh,
a
my
mistake
God.
on my part. We had a technical glitch there. Somebody left the volume up.
Oh my God! The stream.
As I was saying, almost
Yeah.
the Ides of March, which is when Caesar was stabbed in the back, and I was
I know.
stabbed in the back by my technology.
Yeah, and we were also stabbed in the back with our new chancellor. His name is March, by the way.
March?
And yes, March.
Weird.
Merz, March, and
Yeah,
but it is written differently, but it's spoken the same, March, and so he promised things like Trump before election and after election. He's not even chancellor already, but he already said that he's going to break them all the promises he made. He is going to let immigrants in again, and
so for people who don't understand, in America, he's talking about a guy who got elected saying he's a conservative, like a rhino, we would call him, Republican in name only, but he gets in and then he switches all his stuff to be with the Democrats or whatever.
Yes,
is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's what Trump meant when he congratulated us here, Germany, for our conservative choice. But this conservative party, one of them, this established one, CDU, it's called, they are frauds, they're rhinos, all of them. And this March, the Ides of March, we are now getting the Ides of March. He's already working together with the people who lost the election. He doesn't work
because he refuses to work with the other conservative party.
Yeah, he doesn't want to work with the AfD, and so now he wants to work with the ones that just lost the election, and they lost for a reason. So that's just for March, that you know.
It's very weird because in Germany they have like do you call it a parliamentary system where you have all the different groups and they have to form coalitions, but I've seen that form of government for hundreds of years, but I've never seen it where they lock out like the second largest party and they won't I don't see how that form of government works when you do that.
It doesn't, Greg. It doesn't work. That's the conclusion. You see that it doesn't work. You can't. And in Austria, it's even worse because the party that won there, the winning party, that is now not in the government.
That's insane.
All the losers built something, just that the party who has won is not even in the government, who has won the election.
Yeah, and if you look at an electoral map of Germany, hey, we're only on this for a few minutes, folks. We'll get back to the entertainment, but they just had a huge election in Germany. If you look at it's fascinating because every single county, almost except for the city of Berlin, went for the conservative party called the AfD.
Yeah,
and it's just amazing. It looks like a map of the Civil War, or the South and North before the Civil War, because every one of those counties is locked in, and not one of their representatives is allowed to serve. Is that crazy?
They are not allowed to serve.
Not in their local counties or parishes or whatever.
Yeah, but there are not, Greg. There are much more things. You have no idea what is going on here. They are not just not allowed to serve. They are constantly harassed. Their bank accounts are cancelled and things like that.
Oh, wow.
Are you kidding me?
Yes,
that's horrible.
No, that's how we deal here with opposition. the
Jesus.
opposition gets the bank accounts canceled. And the bank says the same thing as YouTube. When you ask the government, why did you do that? They say, oh, the banks are private. It's not, we didn't tell them to do that.
Oh, wow.
It's like
That's
with YouTube. When
fucked
YouTube
up.
does shit and you ask the government to do anything against that, for freedom of speech, they say, no, this is a private company. They can do what they want. And it's the same thing with the banks. So the opposition here in Germany
You
gets
do what we want or else.
Yes, this is crazy. I'm talking like about that we have 1984 here in Germany, long time ago. Can you remember how I talked about that a few years ago, long before Corona and so on, with Brent on my live stream, and he completely bombed the live stream by telling me I'm stupid and this is not 1984, what is going on in Germany and things like that. I talked to him about that years ago. Can you remember, Greg?
I do. Brent was wrong.
Yeah, and he always called me. No, I'm tinfoil head whatsoever. Yeah.
You know, I kind of actually think I remember that too. It was back when I first came around at all. That was a long while back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brent was a good guy, but you know, he had some strange ideas.
No, yeah, I really liked Brent, and
I did too. He's a friend. He disappeared though.
Yeah, and we were not the people who shot him out or something. He just disappeared. He didn't want to be with us anymore. It's not otherwise. So it's really sad. And the same goes for these other stupids. Really, we were never the people who cancel them. They wanted us always to be canceled.
That's true, and they got to say whatever they want. You know, no one ever criticized them. It's weird.
Yeah, and I stayed even with Jess' friends, even when his friends were attacking me and were boycotting the live stream and saying, "Oh no, if he's on the live stream, we are not here," and things like that. Can you remember?
I remember that. They wanted me to not be on the stream either. I got a lot of pressure not to go on Cub's Corner and this and that.
Greg's a good dude.
Yeah, the hell with that.
Yeah, but I have to say, at least Jess stood at my side and told them to fuck off, and so yeah. So
hey, we stood by you too, dude. Woohoo!
Greg and Jess are good people.
Yeah. I would say.
Well, you too, Cub, but yeah.
Okay, so maybe we should restart the entertainment stream.
Been smoking too much.
And then the fact that it's March ruined all the politics. Sorry about that, guys. Hello.
Yeah, but Greg, we had to talk about it. We have Trump in the title. It's fraud when we don't mention it. It's unavoidable. So people have to know what that means.
Red Hulk smash.
No. Okay. I would say, should you have the list? Do you know in which order we are talking about the things?
Yeah.
Because okay, then it's all on you, Greg. So, Greg, let's go on.
Okay, so hello and welcome to whichever number the stream is. We're in March. We don't number them. We go by the date. So March of 2025, almost the Ides of March, which didn't work out well for Caesar, but anyway, we are here and we are ready to do our entertainment stream with sometimes a detour off into other areas. But we're back. So the very first thing on the list is Skeleton Crew, which I think we covered last time, but it was on the list again. So, okay, so Bazzil, I remember Bazzil.
I don't remember it.
Well, I remember Bazzil. Maybe he complained about it to me privately. But I remember Bazzil. Bazzil, did you get a chance to watch Skeleton Crew?
Most of it, I'm not a big fan of it.
Okay, well, let us know what you think. From what I've seen, it's like a kid's version of Star Wars. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. The kids get lost in the trying to find their way back home, and just those are the one disaster after another. Typical liberal Star Wars bullshit. I really don't care for it.
But you
No,
watched it. We're proud of you.
They've streamed far away from the original Star Wars theory. So
Did you find it any? Did you find it? Do you think a kid would find it fun, or was it filled with like I don't know, stuff that would make a kid unhappy?
Today's kids will love it. They're stupid as hell. They love it. They have no brain at all.
I think that's the funniest thing you've ever
No,
said.
Bazzil, you are wrong. Not all kids will love it. Only the girls will love it, because it's again with a girl boss, again with much more girl bosses, and she has even 2 mothers, if you can remember. So it's full of this SJW crap.
Cub, I don't think the girls actually like that girl boss stuff. I haven't talked to any females who like that. At least not now. I think they're really tired of it. What do you think about that, Kat?
I couldn't hear you. I had a 6-year-old asking me a question.
Okay, Cub was saying that the girls, only the girls like this girl bosses. I'm saying I don't know any females, women or girls who like the girl boss trope anymore. If they ever did, I think they're really tired of it. What's the female perspective on that, Kat?
I never really did like it myself. I mean, if it was what it was, that's fine. It just depends on how it's presented.
Right. So the problem is a lot of times they've got these 90-pound women throwing 200-pound men around, and it just doesn't seem believable.
That's not practical.
Right.
That's not practical at all.
But the problem
it's going to take a woman of at least my caliber to be able to do that.
Right?
Yeah, but this is not the problem with Skeleton Crew. This time it's a mini girl boss. It's a kid girl boss, and
no.
But it's even worse for me. It's even worse because this girl in Skeleton Crew doesn't act like a normal little kid girl, as you know it, and the boy completely acts like the girl and is even crying in the show.
Oh man!
So the boy is crying, and the girl, she becomes the captain of the ship and has the command and everything, and the boys are just the stupids who don't know what they're doing and things like that. You could make that if you would make them a little more charming. If you had a smart, charming girl that is not so on the nose, this girl boss.
If the girl isn't charming, she's not going to be able to get people to follow her.
Yeah, and she was so
in the real
unlikable.
In the real world, when you come across these women who are leaders and stuff, they have charm, they have sophistication, or they have something that makes you want to follow them. You know, if they're these unlikable bitches, you're not gonna, you're just gonna tell, hey, fuck off. Even if you're in a situation where you're going to be destroyed, I'm not gonna be destroyed following you.
Right.
Yeah, and she acts the whole time like that, unlikable and unbelievable. And also the boys are so stupid the whole time. So I didn't like the show at all, not even as a kids show, as a supposed kids show. And also, for me, this was not a kids show because at the end, there are some things that are not suitable for kids at all, where they get threatened with their life and blackmailed and things like that. Sorry. From a Jedi, by the way. And also to portray the Jedi as bad guys again. I'm so sick and tired of that. Please. And also this Jedi, this bad Jedi, his master was, of course, a female. Yeah, sure. So a female decided to give a crook, show a crook the Jedi powers. This is irresponsible. So this doesn't even put women in a good light when you think about that.
They rarely put women in a good light. They don't care about that. They're trying to do something else, I guess. One thing they don't know how to write.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I have been so desensitized by these new roles. No shit, it's really gotten to me. That's all they throw on anything anymore, it seems like. Jesus. And the other night I threw on The Cat from Outer Space, and I watched this when I was a little girl. And Lola had never seen it, and I threw it on. And nostalgia hit me, and I was watching Sandy Duncan and her role. And it hit me about what you guys had talked about on the show here. And I went, oh shit, this is what they've been talking about. Because as a strong female role, she did wonderful. I'm like, this is what they mean. She's not a bitch. She's not overselling it. Him and her are working in perfect fucking harmony together. And they're funny. I really liked it. I don't know. I'm really getting what you guys are meaning. This shit sucks anymore. It really sucks.
Yeah,
that
really
was great,
unbearable.
Kat. Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So let's go on from this stupid Star Wars shit. I'm tired talking about Star Wars. For me, it's dead. It's
So we can eliminate that from
yeah.
future.
It's waste of time.
Why didn't they stop?
Star Wars is done. Sorry, but
Well, I'm sad
would-
for
It was
Bazzil.
done
His
long
8
ago.
his hours of intense study of Skeleton Crew have gone to
he has wasted his life.
he has wasted his life studying Cub stuff.
So,
And now Cub doesn't want to hear about it.
sorry, Basil, you have completely wasted your life with watching Star Wars. I have to say.
Okay. All right. So that means we get to move on from our first topic, which took us a while to get to. So I'm trying to delay for Jez. Jez, if you're out there, come on in. The water's warm, but there are crabs. They'll bite your toe.
Dip your toes in.
Right. you know the crab is a cub. Okay, so the next on the list is Squid Game. So the new Squid Game.
Damn.
So
yeah,
did
season 2. It's
season two? Did you get a chance to see any of it, Kat?
No, I did not, and it's a shame.
Dang, because the first season was really good. I enjoyed it.
It was.
yeah,
I
For
loved
those
it.
who don't know, Squid Games is set in Korea, and it's a series of challenges where the contestants get killed off. Is that? Did you get a chance to see it, Bazzil?
No, I did not.
No, you spent all your time on
Greg,
Skeleton Crew.
Greg, it's
My
no
God.
problem. Greg, I'm glad that Kat and Basil didn't watch it because now we have wasted our time. Greg, I think you have seen it and I have seen it, of course, because it's just half of a season. It's not season 2. It's season 2.1, and the second half is aired in half a year or in a year or something like that.
So we should put it off till then.
Yeah, because it's not the first, it's not the second season. It's just the first half of the second season, and it ends in the middle of the game. So we can't even talk about it. There's nothing to talk about it because it's in the middle of the game.
Right, I agree.
Yeah,
Oh,
but it's okay. I thought this
Do you have
7
any
episodes,
comments on it?
Yeah, as I said, I think they are okay. And not as good as first, of course, but they are entertaining. Let's say it that way. I recommend them to watch. So there's at least something.
Do you think the fact that they're produced in Korea makes them, if not immune, maybe a little less likely to use the woke problems that we've been talking about?
Yes, of course. I think in Korea they have something they call capitalism, where they want to make money with their stuff. Something, and we here in the Western world have communism, as you know. We don't want to make money. They don't want to make money when they make movies and series and so on. They want to just put their agenda. And so, of course, in Korea, South Korea or whatever, they want to make money, and so they give the people what they want to see. It's a brand new concept. It's called free market and capitalism.
Speaking of Korea, it's almost the 75th anniversary of when my father liberated the capital of Korea, Seoul. So go, Dad! Woohoo!
Hell yeah!
Won a couple of bronze stars doing that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, so I would say let's go to the next one.
Okay, so the next one is a good one. It's Nosferatu, and I know Bazzil was excited about this, so we can start with Bazzil. What did you think of Nosferatu, Bazzil?
I actually like it. It's very mysterious. It's sort of a remake, a cross between the original Dracula.
Well, they've made several versions. Which one would you say it's closer to, or do you think it stands on its own?
I think it really stands on its own. It's sort of a cross between the original 1922 version. I tried to watch that one. It's all black and white and silent.
That's true. Bazzil does not like two things. He doesn't like black and white, and he doesn't like silent.
This one really it builds a lot of suspense in this movie.
So I'm just half as racist as Bazzil because I just don't like black.
I'm just not a big fan of
silent.
Well, let me say, I'm not a big fan of silent movies and black and white.
Ironically, Cub doesn't like colored either.
Don't hold back, Cub. Don't hold back at all.
Yeah.
We're kidding, of course. We love everyone here.
Hey, just speak for yourself. I'm German. I'm allowed to hate everyone.
Right?
Well, it's not meant to be a racist comment. Anyway, I'm just saying it's the black and white version. It's not as entertaining as the color version. The colorized version. But I mean, that's what they had back in the days. Color TV wasn't invented technically.
Oh my God! There's a time before color TV.
Yeah, but I want to ask.
The color capability, the capability to present movies in color, was not even around back in the 20s. That's all they had. Anyway, this movie builds around suspension of Dracula himself, and it's sort of a blur. You really never quite understand his
Are you sick?
His thinking, because the evil really builds up as the visit goes on between him and Thomas, and you start seeing the evil really starts to build and build and build and build. You really don't see a lot of Dracula himself.
So it's suspenseful.
You see more it is very suspenseful. Excellent movie. I think I highly recommend it.
Okay, well that's a rare recommendation from Bazzil.
It is.
I'm shocked.
It is, really is.
Now, what did you think about it, Cub? Did you get a chance to see it, Cub?
I wanted to ask you something, all three of you. So can you please tell me the difference between Dracula and Nosferatu? And I know it's based on the same book, but these two vampires are different from each other. You can separate them directly. Normally, when you show somebody an image, they would say this is Dracula or this is Nosferatu. You can separate them. And so, what's the difference? What's the difference between these two? No, they are not the same. There is a difference.
No, they're clearly different. But Bazzil often calls Nosferatu Dracula just as a type of shorthand. But clearly, you have a Count Dracula. You should always say Count Dracula instead of just Dracula the way Cub does, because Count Dracula he's like a European nobleman, and besides that, who knows how far back he could have been a Roman legate. You don't know with Count Dracula how long.
That's true. I mean,
I thought he was Hungarian or something.
Right, but remember he could live thousands of years, so he may have been Hungarian when we see him in Hungary. But I'm saying he could have been around during the Roman Empire. You don't know.
Yeah, but
Count
there
Dracula.
is a difference, Greg. There is
Yeah,
a
true.
difference between these two. They don't look the same.
Yeah,
Dracula
I
and
haven't.
Nosferatu.
That was my preamble,
It's
Cub. I haven't
more
even
of
got
a-
to your question.
Nosferatu actually refers more to the term of vampire than it does to be actually
Yes, Cub.
Dracula
Why don't you
himself.
realize that? It refers to vampire. Anyway, there's a major difference. There's several differences. As I was saying, Count Dracula is a aristocratic count. So of course his features are going to be pleasant. Whereas Nosferatu, we're going back to like the basic evil monster Dracula. We're Dracula, in the caveman time, because we don't know. Dracula could be. There are some things that say he's from like Cain and Abel or something, descended from all of that stuff 5,000 years ago. Who knows what his actual ancestry is? But he
Yes,
could
and
be around a
with
long
Dracula,
time.
Greg, with Dracula, we can go also after the novel, because Dracula is a direct adaptation of the novel, and so we have the movies also and the book itself that tells us how he looks like. But with Nosferatu, we only have the movie as reference, because the movie version of Nosferatu is the first version of Dracula as Nosferatu, or the story as Nosferatu.
They had
so that means that the movie version we have to take as the ultimate version of how he looks like. And
okay, but let's look
from
at the movie
When you
version.
think about the word Nosferatu actually comes from Romanian. Actually,
there you go.
Which is where Dracula in the movie, according to Bram Stoker, was originally from. Count Dracula. Of course, he was an aristocratic count.
Like Vlad the Impaler. Is that where you're going?
Yep.
Yeah, and he became cursed. So, the legend says he was cursed by God because his wife apparently heard that he was killed in battle, and she killed herself. And he went crazy because the church says she is condemned to hell because she committed suicide. Therefore, they would not hold a Christian burial for her. And he went crazy against God, and therefore he was turned into a vampire. Something transpired between that and there. He was translated into a blood-sucking creature for eternity.
Okay, but that has nothing to do with Nosferatu. Nosferatu.
No, just going back to the terminology.
And it has also nothing to do with Dracula, because I've read the novel, and there is no Vlad the Impaler in that, and I made reviews about that, and to clarify that.
That's right. Cub has already clarified that. But there's something Cub hasn't clarified, and that's what I wanted to get to. Now, as Cub says, Nosferatu doesn't have a book, and Cub loves to go back to all the books, comic books, whatever, but there's nothing that this is drawn from, supposedly. Now, if you go back to the time that this was released, most of the copies of Nosferatu were collected by the German government and destroyed, which is what Germany does with all art, I think.
Yes, we don't like happy movies, as you know.
That's right. And anyway, what I'm saying is, in the court case, they said that this was not drawn from Dracula. So it's not from the book. They clearly refuted that. Cub doesn't mention their stance on this. The stance was, this is an ancient creature. This is not this is a vampire, yes, but it has nothing to do with Dracula. And so the ancient stories of these monsters in German folklore, this is what they were drawing on. Something that Cub knows very little about.
Yes, but what I wanted to say is there's one big difference between Dracula and Nosferatu, which goes through all the years till 2024, because a stupid director here from New Nosferatu decided against it. He decided that he shows Nosferatu like in the novel from Bram Stoker. Kind of.
That's crazy.
He didn't give him the fangs in the front. Because that's the big difference. He's bald in the Nosferatu is a bald guy, like in Salem's Lot. He's a bald guy and has his fangs in front and not on the side, like a normal vampire.
Yeah,
And-
that's what made him horrifying.
Yes, and also Nosferatu, he is directly like an animal. He's really he can't do the things that Dracula does, that he can turn into a handsome human.
Agreed. And that's what I was saying. He's drawn on these ancient German folklores of an animal type of that attacks at night and drains blood. It's not Dracula. This is an animal from German folklore. That's what the filmmakers said they were drawing on.
And also the second thing that where you have a real difference between Nosferatu and Dracula, Nosferatu can't seduce women with his looks like Dracula does, or with hypnosis or whatever. That's not how Nosferatu works. He's really like an animal, and if you have, and he takes what he wants. He doesn't seduce them. And this is also a thing that bugged me in this remake, because this guy here, this director, he wanted it both ways. He made a remake of Nosferatu, but at the same time he wanted to make a remake of Dracula. He wanted to he wanted to make something like the Dracula novel, but even there he separated and made a stupid kind of love story, but not really love story. But it was more seduce. It was more like Exorcist or something like that. And for me, it has nothing to do with Nosferatu. Sorry, I think I know the movie is okay. I didn't hate it. I thought, it's okay. But for me, this is not a Nosferatu adaptation. It has for me nothing to do with Nosferatu. Sorry.
It sounds like a train wreck.
Well, I'm just saying it's like a hybrid, half Dracula, half animal type movie. But it got a thumbs up from Bazzil, and Cub said he didn't hate it. That's almost Cub's highest praise.
It is.
Yeah.
I think the movie was presented pretty well, really.
Yeah, I guess, but
It portrayed the vampire as inherently evil.
Okay, Bazzil, I have a vampire question for you. If Dracula bit Godzilla on the foot, would Godzilla turn into a vampire?
Oh. Godzilla is immune to it.
Fuck yeah.
Because of his extra thick skin?
He's one of my ancient instances.
Okay.
The vampire bites and scratches.
Bazzil knew the right answer.
Greg, if Nosferatu would bite Dracula, would he turn in Nosferatu or what?
Yeah, I think Nosferatu is a more ancient version. And from my vampire lore, the more ancient the vampire, the stronger he is with the force or whatever you call it of vampire, power. And honestly, a lot of versions, they're crap basically, but they're like, well, if you go back and kill the main vampire, all the others are freed. I think there's something to that, in that the older version is more powerful. So I would say, if Nosferatu found Dracula, he'd probably tear him apart, but he might bite him and then gain him and all his followers, which is how Cub got to where he is.
Yeah, but Nosferatu doesn't turn anybody into a vampire, if you can remember. He doesn't. He isn't the kind of vampire that turns other people into vampires. He only makes them sick or drinks from them, but he doesn't turn them into vampires or not.
That's the Cub method, yes.
No, but really, Greg, in the original...
yes, you're right. I mean, but it's set, as I said, this is set from ancient German folklores of an animal-like creature that kills and drinks blood. So no, ancient German folklores didn't, if I was going back to what they said in the court case, when they were fighting it. Now, they lost the court case because everyone loses in Germany at everything.
Yeah.
And then they tried to destroy the movie. That's so evil that they ordered it all destroyed. only because there were a few little copies that survived in various countries did we get to save it at all. But yeah, it's an animalistic creature. It does not turn. It doesn't. You're not going to have a three of the Dracula wives or whatever you call them. You're not going to have any of that. This thing is a killer. It's an animal. It's vicious. Yeah. It's more like a American Werewolf in London.
Yes,
oh man, they should have done an American Werewolf in Berlin.
No, but American Werewolf in London also turns people into werewolves. So
no, but I'm not saying yes. He turns people into werewolves. I'm talking about the animalistic nature. You know, yes, of course. You know, I chose something that also is able to turn people, but it's just. I'm trying to find a werewolf movie that matches the animal ferocity of Nosferatu.
I will say that the old legend about a stake through the heart killing a vampire would be extremely difficult with Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also there's another difference between Nosferatu and between Dracula. If you can remember, Nosferatu can't stand daylight. He disappears when the sun hits him. But Dracula in the novel has no problem with daylight, if you can remember.
That's true.
So he's completely, he has so many differences between Nosferatu and Dracula.
So, Kat, which do you prefer of the two vampire tropes? The Nosferatu animal version or the Count Dracula version?
Animal version.
So the charming Count doesn't appeal to you at all. That's interesting.
Well, if it's Dracula,
does it depend on which actor is doing the Dracula role?
Hey, if it's Christopher Lee or this Langella guy, I think the Langella guy is the one for you, Kat.
I remember him playing the role of Dracula. He did a pretty good job.
He's the James Bond under the Draculas. Seducing women.
My mom liked him in that role.
Yeah, see? Yeah. So, Greg, let's go on for the next one. I would say. Oh, no.
No, next one is Wolfman.
Have
wait a minute. Better Man.
Have we lost Greg? Yeah, I think we have lost Greg.
Yeah, I think we did. He may drop for a minute. There's Oddity. The first movie you have on the list is Oddity 2024. And after Nosferatu, you have Better Man.
Yeah, I know.
Hello?
We go after Greg's list. So, Greg, what's the next one?
I thought I heard him.
Yes. Hey, maybe he got
gone again.
Oh my God! I think he got bitten by a vampire.
He did.
Yeah.
Greg flew away.
Yes, I'm sure he's right in this moment.
You forgot
turning
to put
into
the
a vampire.
the front door, didn't you, Greg?
Are you back?
You gotta remember
Testing. Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, he's back.
So what's the next one, Greg?
As Bazzil correctly pointed out, because he was cheating off of me, it's Better Man.
Oh, cheating! Hell, I printed out the list. You always disappear on us.
You usually disappear quite often, Bazzil. But okay. Why don't you take this one, Bazzil, since you almost had it? Run with it. It's Better Man. Tell us about it, Bazzil.
All right. Well, Better Man is a story about a British singer, entertainer, Robbie Williams.
Like a UK pop star?
Yeah. It's sort of a cross between a bio and a musical.
And a Planet of the Apes movie, don't forget that.
Huh?
And a Planet of the Apes movie. It's also a crossover with that.
Because he portrays himself as an ape. And he goes through, he's just detailing his life through music. the story of his life, and goes through ups and downs about his alcohol addiction and drug addiction, and how his life turned out to be shit, and then it went from being a star to shit, and then back to being a star again. Overall, I don't know. I mean, it's
And don't forget, they forgot his two most popular songs, the only ones that people know, Supreme and Millennium, here the James Bond one. These two songs don't appear, and that's the only songs that people even know from him here.
Excuse me.
So does he go on some kind of a journey or have what happens?
He's telling his life through his music and portraying himself as an ape, which makes no sense at all.
So he identifies as an ape like you identify as a dragon.
I mean, I'm better.
Or like I identify as a cat, yes.
I'm the greatest of the great. I mean, he is a clown. Compared to me, he's a clown.
Okay.
Yes, that's true, because the movie is not a bad movie. We have to mention that. It's kind of well done, but this stupid ape thing is distracting as hell. It would have been better if they have just used an actor and used this ape scenes maybe for a few scenes or something like that.
He's CGI that presents him as an ape, and then he just, some of the reviews say he does that out of humility.
Why do you have to spend 100 million on stupid CGI ape? That why do you have to do that instead of?
That's a good question for Star Wars people to answer too.
Instead of just using a normal actor and that's it, or Robbie Williams himself, he could just play it himself, and it would be fine. And also, the life story is not exactly turned. The songs that you hear are not. For example, when he sings some songs with Take That are solo songs from him. He didn't sing them back then with Take That you hear in the movie. So it's not completely how it really turned out with him back then. But it's still decent, kind of. But the ape thing, I don't know. It was just not for me. I thought it took too much away from the story. Have you all seen that? Kat, have you also seen it?
Which one?
Better Man?
No. No, I didn't get to watch that one.
Could you watch it, Greg?
9.
Oh, so Bazzil is the only one who watched it. What the
That's
fuck?
right.
Oh, okay. Maybe he's the only Take That fan here on the panel.
Bazzil is the glue that's holding this show together this week.
That's right.
Yeah. Thanks to Bazzil's fandom of boy groups and Take That especially.
That was a shot, Bazzil. That was a clear shot.
Totally shot. See, sometimes Bazzil does shock you.
He's been hanging out with the Brits too much.
Yeah, it seems like that.
Better Man is a Brit movie, so what do you expect? It's always going to be.
Yeah.
Brits are fucked up. What can you say?
Yeah.
Speaking of Brits, where the hell is the Brits?
With apologies to our British audience. Remember, this is a European.
Sure, I'll have a few enemies now. But
the European stream, Bazzil.
Yeah, come on, man. The Brits make the strangest shit.
Yeah, but this Robbie Williams guy, he thinks
Like
he's
Doctor
such a
Who, for instance. Good God, who the hell came up with that idea?
Settle down, Bazzil.
Greg, can you remember? Do you know which kind of star can get away with something like that? That he is played by an ape or by a rabbit, for example. That's just somebody like Michael Jackson. You have sometimes
Yeah.
no. Michael Jackson is such a big star, such a big, huge superstar that you have sometimes videos from him where he's not even the picture. He's played by a rabbit, or here, or is not at all there. Here, I have even one of these videos on my channel. And it doesn't matter, because Michael Jackson, you just hear his voice, you hear him, you know it's Michael Jackson. But Robbie Williams, he's not this kind of star. You can't.
Honestly, I've never heard of him.
Yes, of course. Take that, Greg. That was a huge band back then, a huge boy group or whatever, like New Kids on the Block and things like that.
I don't care. I listen to Southern rock like Leonard Skinner and ZZ Top. Come on, man.
I listen to heavy metal, so I don't even know who any of these people are.
Yeah, but as I said, these are not the kind of stars like they wish they want to be, because here besides me and Bazzil, we are the only people who know Take That or Robbie Williams. Okay, more Bazzil is the bigger fan here, but
oh, fan, no.
Well, Bazzil likes boy bands, I guess.
Well,
yeah,
we learned something about Bazzil today.
I'm not so much into boy groups as Bazzil. Maybe
I did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as I said, they think they are superstars or whatever, but nobody knows them, especially in the States. Here in Europe, at least some people know them, but in the States, nobody knows them.
No, I'd never heard of him.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. So let's just go on from the stupid shit.
Now you could sum the whole stream up with that.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. The next one on the list is Wolfman, a remake of the classic 1940 movie with Lon Chaney, which I think is far superior. Did you get a chance to see it, Kat?
No, I did not, unfortunately.
Oh, man. Did you see the original Wolfman?
Yes, I did. I love it.
Oh, well, we'll talk about that maybe instead.
Hell yeah.
Okay, Bazzil, did you get a chance to see it?
Not entirely, but I do have.
Well, what did you see? What do you think about what you did?
The overall theory of the overall movie is about a guy who's coming back to see his childhood home, searching for his father. And
now, in this version, he's like has his wife and daughter or something with him, right?
Right. So he's with his wife and daughter. They go to an abandoned.
Hey, don't forget he's without
he
work.
Supposedly grew up as a child looking for his dad.
His wife.
Hang on, Cub. Wait a minute, Bazzil. What were you saying, Cub?
In this new version, don't forget, he is without work. His wife is the man in the house, and he stays at home and is cooking and is with his daughter, and she's the one that brings the money. And he goes even to her job, telling her how great she is and things like that.
I don't understand. In something like the Wolfman, where he's an aristocrat, they didn't do any work. His dad didn't work. He didn't have a wife or daughter or any of that. How you bring that in? To me, it ruined the story.
Yeah, and also it demasculated the Wolfman himself completely. And also, it was all just about the stupid women. It was, again, it's the same director who always already completely destroyed The Invisible Man. It's the same.
Oh, my God. He
director.
did such a bad job on that. Invisible Man was one of my all-time favorite characters.
Yeah, and can you tell me what The Invisible Man is about, this new version from The Invisible Man from 2020?
Well,
it's about a woman. It's about a woman that gets stalked by his abusive ex-boyfriend, and at the end, the solution is that she kills him. And this movie, again, is about a woman that gets harassed by her man in this case, and even he and her daughter, and her solution is to kill him at the end. So we have the same story again. This is a hack director.
From the same guy.
Yeah.
Who destroyed Invisible Man. Yeah, I agree.
It's a complete hack director. I hate this guy. If I would ever meet this guy, I would punch him in the face.
I would say,
really, this super asshole. These absolutely classics like Invisible Man and Wolfman destroying them in this way. Oh my God, I'm so angry at this hack. Really.
I totally agree with you, Cub.
Yeah,
there's really nothing more to be said about this movie.
Yeah, the only thing that can be said is I'm pretty sure the next movie of this guy is also going to suck. And the next one is Frankenstein, what I've heard.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And you can guess what it's going to be about. It's going to be about the bride, the bride of Frankenstein that gets arrested by Frankenstein, and then she kills him at the end, of course. Because that's the only script.
Stupid.
That's the only script he can do. He's not able to do any other story. He can't tell any other story. This hack.
Who is this idiot?
Completely forgot his name because he's not important.
Sounds like an idiot to me.
Yeah, mention him in my review, but after that I completely forgot his name again.
I've forgotten his name too.
Easily forgettable, obviously.
Yeah, he's a hack. And this Blumhouse company, I hate this Blumhouse company because they are producing this crap. And so every time when Blumhouse comes up, I say, no, thanks, not for me.
Wow. Yeah.
All right, so let's move on.
We have Dr. Orloff in the chat.
Yeah,
he's been here a while.
Hi, Orloff. Schön, dass du da bist. So,
I was just saying hi to the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, but
okay, so the next one on the list is Cub's all-time favorite superhero. It's Captain Falcon, not American.
Yeah, Captain Anti-American.
Captain Anti-American. You've got to do better, Cub. You've got to do better.
It ain't all of us.
I gotta wake up.
Yeah, and he fights against Red Trump or not.
Oh yeah, he definitely does. We have not went to Cub on any of these so far. So Cub, did you get a chance to see Captain America, not America?
Yes, of course, and it sucks.
Well, tell us about it.
Yeah, there's not much to say. It's supposed to be Captain America, but it's not because he's not Steve Rogers, and also he can fly now. He's just like, and also he has not the super serum, so he's not even a super soldier. But I thought Captain America is a super soldier. That's where his powers come from, or not?
Well, how in the world can a normal human hold up against a Red Hulk in a fight for more than 5 seconds?
And how can he throw the shield without super serum? Because this shield is not made out of wood. It's made about vibranium. You can't throw that as a normal human.
He's not a normal human in the suit. Remember that.
Yeah, but he has this stupid Wakanda suit.
He's super powerful.
Yeah, but it's stupid.
No, he's not super powerful. Remember,
Tony Stark is not a normal human. Tony Stark.
Tony Stark is a normal human.
He puts on the iron suit, and then he's almost unstoppable.
Yeah, but Tony Stark can't throw the shield without his super suit. And the Black Falcon, he has just
look at Spider-Man. He's an idiot. He's an idiot kid in real life, and then.
But he has superpowers from the freaking radioactive spider or whatever. This guy refused to take the serum. He has no special powers. Yeah, and he's not a good leader. The main thing about Captain America is his great leadership ability and his ability to inspire. This guy has none of that.
No. He is also his suit. He has now this stupid suit from Wakanda with this magic suit that when you that can.
It's not even from Wakanda. He got it on sale from Temu.
I know.
Yeah, clearance sale.
It's the Temu version.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be from Wakanda, and I hate everything from Wakanda because Wakanda is just like Harry Potter. It's just magic. So if you need some magic shit in your story, then it's from Wakanda. Yeah, they made it just, and now you can fly with it, or you can it can absorb energy and things like that. And I hate that. I hate this. This is a guy.
To be fair, there's a lot of things Cub hates.
Yeah, but but it's not
very rare you find something that he likes.
But also that Captain America is not able to fly like Superman. That is what's one of.
What about those little laser shooting bat things he flies off? What in the hell is that?
Now his suit makes all the work in every fight.
It's basically Iron Man.
Yeah, it's basically Iron Man, but he's not as smart as Tony Stark. He's just stupid Falcon. And also
that's so true.
And also to make one of the best original black characters, the Falcon, who has not the name Black in his name. Because it's not called Black Falcon, it's just called Falcon, and it's a black guy.
Be? I mean,
yeah,
they disrespected. They disrespected black characters everywhere by doing that. Why force him into the role of a white character? Why not just elevate him as he was and add another character? If you have to get rid of Captain America, bring in Lieutenant Texas or something.
Yeah, or bring in Bucky, because Bucky was built up in three phases.
They couldn't use Bucky, you know why?
Yeah, I know, but in the comics it's Bucky, and they built up over several movies. They built Bucky.
But the comics are complex. Marvel doesn't do complex.
No, but they built Bucky up in the movies till Endgame. They built him up, and then in the Endgame,
what happened around that time?
Yeah,
Trump and Me Too and all that. And so they decided to go with the black character and replace him with a black man. It was political.
Yeah, and also that's also why I hate Endgame. Endgame completely destroyed the whole MCU because in Endgame they destroyed they killed Black Widow, they destroyed Captain America, and they destroyed the Falcon by giving him the shield, and they destroyed Bucky by not giving him the shield. So
they also introduced Miss Marvel or whatever, Captain Marvel, and that caused the destruction of that other part of the MCU.
Yeah, and also
because the Marvels wasn't very accepted when she came out. She did her $1 billion first movie, which nobody saw. So I'm calling shenanigans on the theater on that, because the second time I was like, okay, they'll do that once. Let's see what they do the second time. Worst, under 200 million. That's what the first movie got, but they didn't tell us about it.
Yeah, as I said, to the story of Captain America 4, there is really no story, because if you
what about the fact that they had Harrison Ford as you had it in your thing that he's Trump in this. Basically, if you look at it, this is a political thing. This is an anti-Trump story that got neutered. It might have been good as an anti-Trump story if they went really crazy, having blonde hair. I want Greenland. I'm gonna attack. They could have done any number of fun things with the concept, and even Trump people would have probably went to it and laughed. But they don't do that. They've got to be hateful. They've got to, it's the end of democracy. Yeah, go in and look at Germany and you'll see the end of democracy.
Yeah, but Greg, the thing is, this movie is a fraud. Because if you watch the trailer, you have seen the whole movie. And this is not exaggeration or a joke or something like that. Because they put the trailer looks like, oh, this movie is about Black Falcon fighting against Red Hulk, but it isn't, because Red Hulk is just at the end in the last 5 minutes.
Well, that's true. If we got into the actual movie, to give a brief synopsis, that you've got Captain America, not American, I don't know what you call him. Anyway, his buddy is another black guy, ironically or not ironically.
No,
you knew that
it's not a black guy. It's a Mexican or something like that. So they give it to another
the guy who he
minority or
invites to the
whatever.
White House, and then
this guy, yeah, the original.
yeah, I forget his name, but they invite him to the White House, and he attempts to assassinate Trump, or the person who's standing in for Trump, the Red Hulk, Harrison Ford. Okay, he attempts to assassinate him.
No, Greg, call him Trump, because
so he attempts to assassinate Trump, which they killed a guy or shot a guy today near the White House trying to get to Trump. So it's a constant theme over here. And anyway, the president doesn't like it, and so most of the movie is a confused mess. You've got Gus from Breaking Bad shows up, and he's supposed to be like an action hero, and he's in his 70s or something. It's really weird. It's badly shot. The green screen is bad, and of course, it turns out his friend was being mind controlled by this really weird character who goes back. This is really a follow-up to the
you mean Broccoli Head from 2008?
Yes, Broccoli Head,
movie.
And it goes, and that's from back in the 2008 movie. And he, for some reason, the president is taking pills that this guy is making, and it ends up
and back then, Greg, back then the president was not the president; it was General Ross.
Right, and this is the General Ross becomes the president later.
No, General Ross turns into Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for some reason, he mutates into Harrison Ford.
Well, the original actor died, to be fair.
Yeah, okay. Sorry to hear that, because Ford was just awful. He was just awful as Trump.
He mailed it in. He name me the last thing Harrison Ford was good in.
Star Wars, I guess. And I mean the old ones.
Star Wars.
The old ones.
Yeah, he was terrible in the 2015 or whatever it was version.
Yeah,
and of course he always demands his character gets killed off. What an asshole! I don't like Harrison Ford. I never have.
Yeah, and we can't.
He made some good movies.
We can't count Indiana Jones anymore, because Harrison Ford actively destroyed Indiana Jones with 2 crappy movies. 2, not 1. He had to make 2 stupid Indiana Jones movies to shit on his legacy. Because it was the perfect trilogy till then. When they just left the first 3 Indiana Jones movies, that would be the best trilogy of all times. Best
don't even watch the other ones if you haven't seen them. Just watch the first 3.
Yeah, and after making the 4th one, he had to also make a 5th one that is even worse than the 4th one, which is impossible. Yeah.
No, it's very possible. The 4th one is freaking a great movie compared to this latest. Monstrous, terrible thing that had Feely Waller Bridge. Are you crazy? I'd take that freaking 4th one with the aliens all day long over this terrible thing they made now. It's not even really a movie. This is I don't know what it is, but it's not a movie.
Yeah, but it's strange. Every time, all the last projects of Harrison Ford are just fudged together messes. Every one of them. Every one of them has to be reshot and re-edited, and it's every time with Harrison Ford. When Harrison Ford is in a movie, you can bet it's the biggest mess and the biggest bomb out there.
Well, there's no excuse for it. You're right. They're horrible.
Yeah, the only excuse for Harrison Ford is he wants another paycheck. I think he's a greedy old fuck who just wants the paychecks for whatever.
What more can you want when you've had like tens of millions of dollars since you're 30?
And also, he was one of the most beloved actors on the planet. Everybody wanted to be Han Solo or Indiana Jones. There's no kid on the planet that didn't want to be Indiana Jones. Now, nobody wants to be Indiana Jones anymore. Or Han Solo. They both suck. Because Han Solo gets killed and Indiana Jones becomes a loser in his movies. And nobody wants to be that. And Han Solo gets killed from his son. So, yeah, great.
Yeah, he was a deadbeat dad who got murdered by his son. Yeah, that's a great way to end the legacy of, and he had been the president or leader of the entire planet, the main planet of a freaking solar system, of a freaking galaxy-wide empire, which is what the resistance became. When the empire fell, they became the next empire. Don't pretend like they didn't. The bureaucracy kept churning along.
Yeah, the thing is that these actors like Patrick Stewart and Harrison Ford and so on, they are not grateful at all. They are not grateful to the fans. They shit on them and they don't care for them. They don't care for their roles.
They're smug assholes.
Yeah, the only and a good example is for example here the Kirk Shatner, William Shatner. He really likes
a good guy.
Yeah, he really likes his fans and he really appreciates what he has reached in his life. And he's also
and he wouldn't betray his character. I don't care what anybody says. It's certainly not at this point. He's not. Money means almost nothing to him. He's in his freaking 90s, so he wouldn't betray Kirk. I don't believe he ever would.
No, he would never be, and also not.
He never had.
Also, not any other character. He's because you have to be a special kind of person when you are willing to sell your soul, even if it's not necessary, because these people are rich beyond belief. Anyway,
like our conversation during Late Night with the Devil, and what would that whole movie is about? What would you sell your soul for?
Yeah, and the thing is really,
that's all I get. Yeah,
but the thing is, it's really, I am so disappointed and heartbroken about these actors that they have to act like this. Why? I constantly asking myself just why. What is so important for them that they shit on their legacy, on their fans, on everything?
It's like Tom Hanks went on Saturday Night Live and portrayed, Trump supporters as racist, and that people aren't going to want him in movies because you do that shit. That was a direct. He's attacking half of his fans. Half of them voted one way, and he decides to I'll just make them look like racist rubes. Well, of course, being Southern, right? Yeah, we're sick of that fucking shit, man.
Who was it?
No, just
go ahead. Sorry.
I thought you guys could hear me all this time. I didn't realize I was muted. I'm sorry.
Oh no!
I'm sorry.
Did Cub mute you?
I don't know. I think I did it to myself because I was talking to her. Who did this? What? Where? Greg.
What? Tom Hanks on Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
He was pretending that he was a Southern Trump supporter, and he refused to shake a black man's hand, and all this racist shit they're trying to constantly paint people with. And I think people are just tired of it.
Yeah, but Greg, isn't that just fraud when you show in your trailer, when you make the trailer completely just about the Red Hulk, who is a surprise?
Yeah, it's a total fraud.
At the end, in the last 5 minutes, the movie is not about him fighting the Red Hulk. The movie, it's a kind of spy story where at the end he figures out that the president turns into Red Hulk for this revenge plot. But you see all this, to see the complete story in the trailer. There's nothing looking forward to in the movie. From the start, there's no mystery. So why should we watch these two stupid Falcon and replacement Falcon researching a mystery that is already solved in the trailer.
Yeah,
It's
you shouldn't.
not.
I agree. They
So-
totally, and that's one of the problems with modern movies is they'll reveal everything in the freaking trailer, and what is there to see?
The problem is Falcon, this Falcon Mackie guy, he doesn't sell tickets as Captain America. He would sell tickets if he would state the Falcon. Not
That's
so
ironically
much,
true.
not so much as Captain America, but at least people would be interested. But
they
knew,
wouldn't also expect some big extravaganza, expensive movie from Captain Falcon or whatever his first name was, Falcon. I guess it was just Falcon, but a Falcon movie could be a little cheap $30 million movie. You don't have to have a lot, right? So they're missing out on the opportunity to make money.
Yeah, and it would be the first MCU movie since years that would make money. Because all the movies are bombing from them because they are so expensive and they never can recoup them the investigation from 300 million, 400 million, 500 million. And this would be a 50 million of 100 million movie that would make its money back easily.
Right. They could make it for 50 million if they didn't go effects crazy. And that's what they should be doing right now. Make a little Falcon movie for 50, but they had to, he's black, let's have a black Captain America. And then he goes to freaking Europe and he tells everybody, I don't know if you saw his press tour, that Captain America does not represent America.
But they are even ashamed of him themselves. They didn't use him for the advertising. They didn't advertise with Captain America. They advertised with exclusively with Red Hulk. And when you see the posters and so on, you see always just Red Hulk. You don't barely see Mackie on them.
That's true.
They sold this movie as a Red Hulk movie, but
they sold it as a black Captain American movie too, and you don't see him.
Yeah, but Red Hulk sucks. He's
constantly through the movie. Did you notice constantly through the movie, people come up to him, "Oh, you're the greatest Captain America ever. You're so great. You're really Captain America." It's like they're trying to convince the audience that he's Captain America, and they don't even believe it.
It's like with the Simpsons episode with Poochie. When they tried to force Poochie on the audience,
exactly.
And they constantly had here Itchy and Scratchy has here. By the way, Andy, schön, dass du da bist. Here, the friend here where I make my German live streams. Andy, he's also in the chat. This Poochie character from The Simpsons, where Itchy and Scratchy constantly have to talk about Poochie. Oh, Poochie is not here. Where's Poochie? Oh, Poochie are so great. Things like that. And it's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing with Black Captain America whatsoever. Yeah, but whatever. It's just so awful. And also this lying about the costs. It's just embarrassing, or not?
Oh yeah, the cost. They're saying it's half of what it actually is.
Yeah,
they have massive reshoots and all kinds of issues.
Yeah, so it's the cheapest MCU movie they have ever made, since Endgame. So this one is cheaper than whatever Ant-Man or whatever. But Ant-Man didn't have so many reshoots like this one. That's the fact. And also, this one has complete plot lines and storylines cut out. There are even complete actors completely cut out of the movie. You have even figures from them, here from McDonald's and so on. Figures from people who are not in the movie.
Okay, Bazzil, I have a question. If Godzilla fought Red Hulk, what would happen?
Godzilla fought Red Hulk. Huh?
Would he squash him flat?
Godzilla
I think he would just squash him.
Yeah, he would. That's right.
Easily.
Okay, go on, Cub.
Yeah, I have a question, Greg. If Red Hulk fights the Falcon, and it doesn't matter if he has a stupid fancy suit or whatever, what would normally happen to this poor guy?
Okay, the vibranium suit might survive, but the pressure the overpressure, like from a bomb or whatever, you would be turned to jelly inside of that fancy suit. That's the physics. If you're asking me, I went to University of Houston.
If not ashes.
Greg, your sound is gone.
Yeah, we lost him again.
Yeah, we lost it. We lost his sound again.
Well, all right, let's move on to the next one.
Am I gone?
No, you're back.
You were. You're back now.
Now you're back.
I blame Bazzil.
This is how I was able to answer you.
All my fault, of course.
Yeah.
Bazzil did it all.
Somehow.
You never know what could happen when you start harassing the great Bazzil.
Yeah, but Greg, have we all seen this new Captain America, or are we the only ones again?
That's a good question.
Kat, could you watch it? This new Captain America whatsoever?
I just didn't have time to.
You didn't miss out on anything.
Well, we almost made it past that.
yeah, and Dragon, Bazzil, could you? Was you?
Well, Bazzil's been talking about it. I think he saw it. You saw it, didn't you, Bazzil?
No.
Oh, okay.
You know, Cub has a strange way of
but it's no
new movies on the list that nobody can access.
Yeah, it's no problem. You haven't missed anything. It's
you didn't miss anything.
Movie. Yeah, it's just when you have watched the trailer, you have seen the movie. Because
that's what Bazzil was saying. If you've seen the trailer, you've seen the movie. Why should I spend more time?
Yeah, and also in the trailer, you have even more scenes.
You've seen the review, you know it sucks. No need to go on.
No,
remember, Bazzil spent
you have in the trailer even more scenes than in the movie. By the way,
true.
You see even more of the fight in the trailer.
And remember, Bazzil spent 12 hours analyzing Skeleton Crew, and you didn't want to talk about it.
I didn't spend 12 hours analyzing it.
Yeah, and the rest of
the first time I saw it, I didn't want to keep going through it.
And the rest of the day, he was listening to his favorite boy group. Don't forget to be prepared for the Better Man review.
That's right. That's right. So he spends most of his time, focused on this.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would say let's go on.
This is one Bazzil's really gonna like. Hopefully he got to see it. But this is basically Die Hard again, and Bazzil loved Die Hard. You like Die Hard, right, Bazzil?
Yes, I did.
Wait a second, Greg. I thought it is DEI hard or not.
DEI hard. Okay, this one is DEI hard. It's called The Cleaner. And I'm sure Bazzil got a chance to see this awesome movie starring his favorite actress of all time, probably, Daisy Ridley.
No. What movie are we talking?
The Cleaner.
Yeah.
Or DEI hard.
Yeah, and we're not talking about Leon the cleaner. We are talking about Daisy Ridler, the real cleaner who cleans windows, who is a window cleaner. And then you call the movie Cleaner.
Cleaner.
Are you shitting me?
It's DEI hard.
Isn't that a typical Jason Statham movie normally, when something is called Cleaner and he's a cleaner and at day he's a cleaner and in the night he kills people or something like that. There would be a
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. So Daisy Ridley tries to do a Jason Statham movie and fails completely. Even with the James Bond director, the director from Casino, GoldenEye and Casino Royale and Zorro, Mark Campbell is his name. He directed this crap.
Are you shitting me?
No,
really?
And it bombed so hard it couldn't even make 400,000.
Was it because she was in the role?
Because the movie sucks so hard. Suck Hard, I think it's called, or something like that.
Was it just the script, or was it because she was in that role?
It was a little of each. They had her hanging outside the building for most of the movie.
Yeah.
And she brought her daughter to work. It was like, bring your daughter, or no, it's her little brother. Her little brother who's autistic.
Her retarded brother.
Right,
Don't
I'm sorry.
forget
It was her little autistic or whatever you call it brother.
But not little. He was
yeah, he's huge. But
yeah,
she's a younger brother. I always say little when I mean younger.
Can I ask you something, Cub? And I'm not please, I mean no disrespect. Are you allowed to say that word over there?
Oh wow, what did he say?
Retarded. I'm not offended at all.
Oh man.
No, I say that once in a while, and I have people look at me like I'm fucked up or something. And it's like, what? You know, I just like, are you serious?
You used honest words.
Serious. I've had people look at me like I'm fucked up when I say that, and it's like, what? What am I supposed to fucking say?
Yeah, no.
You know, what are you supposed to say?
Emotionally retarded.
He's not retarded.
That's a good question.
He's autistic or not?
That's what I said. It was Cub who used the other word.
Yeah, but for me,
well, I mean, I've had that happen to me, so that's why I was like asking him that.
I got nothing against using the word.
No,
I'm thank God.
No, I didn't.
That's all I was ever called it.
I didn't call him retarded because he's autistic.
It was probably Bazzil.
No, Greg, let me explain.
Bazzil often imitates Cub.
No, let me explain. I didn't call him retarded because he's autistic, because I have an autistic nephew. I called him retarded because he had an Thor hammer with the whole time and was an MCU fan and chill, and they were constantly talking about MCU movies. That's why I called him retarded.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I do that too, and then people look at me like I'm fucked up. Or say I'm fucked up. It's like, what? No, I can't say that. You know, people are fucked up. They're woke anymore.
No, because what people don't know about this movie, that the Ray character here, Daisy Ridley, in an interview before the premiere or whatever from the movie, she was chilling for the MCU, trying to get into the MCU, trying to begging for a role. And then you see this movie, where they constantly are praising the MCU and David Feige and so on.
Did you know her company financed the movie? She basically bankrolled this thing, and then she starred herself.
God!
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Jesus.
But it's the only way that somebody like Martin Campbell, here the director, as I said, the Golden Eye Casino Royale Mask of Zorro director, that he would work with her. When he gets
that's what blew me away when you said that to me.
Yeah, because he had a bump here with Green Lantern. He's also the guy who made the 2011 Green Lantern bump, if you can remember.
Yeah, I do.
And that's when he fall off from the map. Because before that, he was one of the biggest directors. He made Golden Eye, Casino Royale, and the Zorro movies. So he was a really big director till then.
Yes, he was. I remember all those, and they were good movies. Yeah, see, I'm glad you guys told me all this because I wasn't aware of any of it.
Yeah, as I said, it's a Die Hard script, just a little bit reworked with female characters replacing the male ones. Like she's talking with a police officer, like John McClane, but it's of course a female police officer, and the female police officer is of course betrayed by her male colleagues or whatever, who just go after her back and things like that. And the whole movie is sad. It's like a satire, but it's not meant as a satire.
So it's all just role reversal of the whole fucking movie, you're saying?
Yes, it's just role reversal, and it doesn't make any sense because they are fighting against global warming.
We didn't even mention that the leader of the the hostage taking terrorist. I don't guess we can't use that word. The hostage taking clown people, who are also well, environmentalists or whatever. They end up killing off their leader. They kill off their leader.
Yeah, and Martin Campbell said, "Why do you compare my movie to Die Hard? It's a complete different movie." He said he didn't copy Die Hard, but he didn't just copy Die Hard the movie. He even copied Die Hard the book, because in the original story there are eco-terrorists who make this robbery, or who go after this company. So he not just copied the movie Die Hard, he also copied the original story of Die Hard from the novel. Here, what's the novel called again, Greg?
I forget. Bazzil might know. What's the novel called, Bazzil?
What?
No, there you go.
No, the novel Die Hard is based on. It's very famous.
Right.
No, really.
Yeah, really. I don't remember.
It's called, I think, Nothing Lasts Forever. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So this hack director, who constantly was, before the movie came out, everybody said, "Oh, it's Die Hard clone," and he was constantly saying, "No, why are you?" He got angry that they were comparing it to Die Hard. But he not just copied Die Hard the movie, he also copied the original story from the novel.
Well, he should have been pissed.
Yeah, but because this was just for the money. As I said, this director, he got paid because they Ridley financed the movie completely. That's the only reason why a director like him would even work with her.
Oh, Jesus.
And it bombed so hard. It cost supposedly $35 million or something like that. But it just made 400,000 at the box office.
Oh, man. Daisy took a beating on that
This movie then hit 3 things that I can't stand. So therefore, I'm actually kind of glad I didn't watch it. But you guys covered everything of it for me that I wasn't aware of. And that is the woke, the role reversal, and in a way, actually remake, even though they won't admit it. So there we go.
And also it's about global warming.
Good point, Kat.
Yeah, and that too. Yeah, that's what I meant when I said woke.
Yeah, and both sides, by the way, are against global warming. Both the police and also the eco-terrorists. They're all on the same side.
So are you shitting me? What the fuck's up with that? Don't even make damn sense.
It doesn't make any sense. I know.
Nah.
As I said, it's like a satire, but it's completely serious.
These people need help. They don't even have no fucking imagination anymore.
If somebody would have told me that this is from Mel Brooks or something like that, I would have believed it.
There you go. I can see that as a Mel Brooks movie. That makes a hell of a lot more sense.
Or maybe Blake Edwards.
Good point, Cub.
Yeah, because the good guys are against global warming, but these bad guys or the eco-terrorists are even more against global warming. They want it even faster to get rid of global warming. So both are on the same side. And I'm not joking, really.
That was a good one, wasn't it, Greg?
Yeah, it was. And Cub is at his funniest when he's not joking.
That's right.
Yeah, you don't believe it when you don't see it. It's embarrassing, embarrassingly bad. You have no clue. It's like Madame Web. It's the new Madame Web, I would say. Yeah. So, Greg, I would say let's go on.
Okay, the next one is a horror movie about a monkey. The Monkey, it's called. I didn't get a chance to see this one. So I'm counting on. Did you get a chance to see it, Kat?
No, is this the one that's like from the Stephen King book?
Yeah, that's the one.
From Skeleton Crew.
Right. It's
What
been
about you?
years and years. I did read the book years and years ago, but I was
Oh well,
like,
then you're our expert.
it's junior high when I read it, Greg. I mean,
Nice.
goddamn, I'm 50, my friend. Yeah, so there we go.
Well, what
I
about
can't-
you, Bazzil? Did you see it?
Nope.
Really? Okay, then Cub's gonna have to
Yeah.
walk us through it.
Yeah, no problem. There is not much to say about it, but in a positive sense. It's adaptation of the Stephen King story from Skeleton Crew, but it differs a little bit from the story because the story is completely serious, and there's really not so much action in there, and the deaths are also not over the top as you see in the movie. The deaths are really more kind of tame people, and also it's not just about people that die in hilarious ways like in the movie. It's sometimes it's just about something that lives dies. When this monkey starts clapping with his cymbals or whatever, then something that lives nearby dies. And it could be a fly or a dog or something like that, but it could also be a human. That's how the story goes. Is that correct, Kat?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And but the movie makes it kind of completely over the top, and also it inserts also a revenge story in there. In the movie, the brothers they separate from each other, and one of the brothers is still mad at his brother because his mother died because of him, because he used.
And
the
these are
monkey.
twin brothers, is that right?
Yeah, they are twin brothers, and because his mother died, and he knows that his brother was responsible for that, and so he uses now the monkey that they thought they got rid of, but one of them kept the monkey, and uses it to kill randomly people in the town. That because he tries to get rid of his brother, and so he lures his brother to the town again, and then they talk, and he brings his son with him. In the meantime, he had a son, and the deaths are completely over the top, like Final Destination, something like that. But in the end, it's an entertaining movie. That's all I can say about it. And I made a review about it, by the way, in my Skeleton Crew review. Think it was even last Wednesday or not?
Well, last Wednesday wasn't that the Blues Brothers?
Yeah, the Wednesday before that.
Oh, right. I think it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cub made a great review of John Belushi with his Blues Brothers and stuff, and he just had that last Wednesday. It's a repeat of a earlier one, but I would highly recommend it to any Belushi fans out there.
Yeah, because I saw that my Wednesday was exactly on the day he died. It was on the Wednesday, and not on a Wednesday. It was on the 5th of March, I think. Yeah, 5th of March. And so I thought, yeah, this is a great opportunity to remind people of John Belushi. As I said, no, but The Monkey is an entertaining movie. I really liked it. It's from the same guy.
So that's a thumbs up from Cub. I think that's our first one this time. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, it's not a great
one that he didn't hate.
It's not a great movie or something, but it's okay. Okay, you can watch it. It's entertaining, and it differs from the original Stephen King story. But as I said, the original Stephen King story is not as there is not enough for a complete movie. Yeah, it's a short story, and you can't make a movie about this short story. So they had to change a little bit, a few things, and had to make more story, or you don't have a movie.
Well, I guess that sums it up. Should we move on to the next one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, this is one I know that Kat has seen. I don't know. Yep. Have you got? What about? You got to see Oddity, right, Kat?
Yep.
Okay, why don't you take over on this one?
Well, I watched it on Shudder. It's about a woman who is blind, and she's like got this. She's like clairvoyant or something. She's got these powers, and her sister is murdered by some guy, and this other guy sees it happen too, and she thinks he did it. Well, he didn't do it. She's got this like wooden, it's a horrifying looking wooden
mannequin,
almost like a wooden golem or something.
Yeah,
and yeah, exactly. That's what when I see it, that's the first thing that came to my mind. And she uses her powers, her sister, she does, and she sends it to go kill this guy with the glass eye that seen the killer that killed her sister, and it kills him, and he didn't do it, and oh my God, Cub.
So she killed the wrong person by mistake.
Yeah.
The thing is, she was this guy who killed her, or who supposedly killed her, came from an insane asylum.
Yeah.
He just came out, and her husband is working at this insane asylum. He is the doctor of this guy.
Yeah.
And he came over to warn her that there is somebody who wants to kill her, and she didn't believe him. She didn't let him into the house.
Yep.
And the thing is, with Oddity, it's a really good movie.
Yes.
It's really good, and we shouldn't. Normally, I don't give a care about spoilers, but in this case, it would be mean to spoil it, to spoil more about the story, because it's really new. It's from last year, but not many people have seen it. Greg, could you see it?
Greg.
Greg,
I thought it was a very original story.
Yeah, it's and I would say we can keep it there, that we just recommend it, that people watch it.
Yes,
and it's really entertaining. You didn't get bored at any moment. You can you have the supernatural element in it, doesn't distract or something like that. It doesn't take away from the story, and also it doesn't at the end, it's not the thing that solves the case, because it has kind of surprising ending. And
what we just told them is about what you see in the trailer anyway.
When you and I would even say don't watch the trailer. I would really go blind in it and just watch the movie. It's so well shot. It looks beautiful.
It is.
The story is really interesting, and you don't have so many movies like that anymore. So just because of that, I would really say we are not going to spoil it as an exception. So yeah, Greg, are you back? It's the stupid thing.
Oh, Greg.
Yeah, the stupid thing
he's either
he's the guy with the list. Yeah, but he has the list. We can't do anything without Greg. He's the most important guy here on the stream.
Where did he go?
Yeah, so yeah, but I would say so much for
Hello?
yeah,
Hey,
There
Greg.
he is. There he is.
Yeah.
Are you-
Apparently,
are
I
you-
dropped
Right
out
away.
for a minute.
Yeah,
My audio's having issues today for some reason.
Yeah.
yeah. Are you again? Are you chasing stupid hurricanes again, or something like
Yeah.
that?
Man, I'm just now getting the trees chopped down and the fence repaired from the 2 hurricanes we had last year. So, I finally got that giant broken tree that hung over my house cut down. Woohoo! Just a week ago. Okay, so I'm saving Doctor Who for as long as we can, but we've only got one left before the Doctor Who segment, and we still haven't seen Jez. So if you're out there, Jez, join the crowd. Have you sent Jez a link?
Yes, of course.
Okay, well,
So-
of course. I mean, we only got ours like 5 minutes before the show.
Yeah, no, but I sent him a link, no problem. And so let's go to Severance.
Yes, that's the last one before Doctor Who, and that's all circled. So I got a chance to see it. It's a 10-episode second season, and it's on Apple TV. We watched the first. Well, who knows how many Cub has watched, but there's still several episodes to go. So we're going to cover the first 6 episodes of Severance season 2, and then we'll cover the last 4 episodes on the next stream.
Yeah, and also there is not much to cover because it's still a mystery. We have still no clue what is going on.
It's very strange, I'll tell you that.
And
So did you get a chance to see it, Bazzil?
I skimmed through some of it. I watched the first couple episodes. I didn't really understand what. It's just almost like you're trapped in some kind of a job you can never leave.
Yeah,
It's like
that's exactly it. You're
Hotel
severed.
California almost. You get fired, but you can never leave.
Yeah, right.
No,
Hotel California.
Suck.
no,
It
it's
starts out kind of fucked up where this woman's laying on a table in a conference room, and then she hears this guy on the speakerphone. Who are you? Who are you? It's like, well, what the fuck is that all about?
Yeah, there's a lot of mental gymnastics that go on through this
Yeah, it's crazy.
series.
yeah. This separation of the brain is supposed to be for that you have some. You get a split identity. That one of your identities is the working one that is constantly working, but the other one, your outie, is the one that has constantly free time and money.
Yeah, the outie lives the normal life you would have when you're off work. The innie has complete mental separation. That way, the outie can't reveal information, a classified nature, or whatever their excuse is for the process. But I mean, you have to have a device implanted in your brain. And in this episode, well, in this first 6 episodes, our leader of the group, at first they start with a different group, and they try to fire all his people, but he doesn't go for that. So they end up having to rehire them. Although one of them ends up being an outie who's pretending to be an
spy,
innie.
the daughter of the
Yes, the daughter of the person
boss.
who invented
of-
the process, the head of the company, and she's
Yeah,
like this evil, but at the same time, she's like her innie is a good girl who she ends up having sex with both of her innie and her outie end up having sex with I can't remember his name, the main character. Anyway, so he's also his outie is working.
I think Mark is his name, or not?
Okay, Mark. Okay, so that's right. And in the last episode, he's actually having like this black chick who's like a half-ass surgeon sticking a needle in his brain to try and change his to merge his 2 characters. It's pretty complex, and I don't think it's as well written as last year. They go off into their thing in the. It does help that they're not always confined to the office. They go and they spend the episodes on the ice area on a retreat, and that's where one of the guys figures out that she's a mole, a spy. They slipped Audi in as an innie. It's so complex. Why don't you take over, Cub? What would you say?
No, but Greg, you have described it perfectly. Because you are not supposed to know what is going on. The concept of the show is mystery box, as we know it. But mystery box is not always a bad thing. We have good examples like The Prisoner or Twin Peaks.
We should actually do a segment on The Prisoner one of these days.
Yeah, one day we should do that because it's the best show ever made. Period. So
exactly. Hey, did you ever see the series that he made before that, the Danger Man, kind of a Bond type series?
No,
I've been watching.
I didn't.
I've been watching that, and it has some interesting corollaries to The Prisoner. We could discuss that as well.
Nice. Maybe we can talk about that too. But to go back, what I said. So you have good examples like Prisoner or Twin Peaks. These are also mystery boxes. And one of them is a solved mystery box like Twin Peaks. And one of them is a kind of unsolved like Prisoner, but they're both still great. And now we are with this series Severance, where we don't really know, do we have something like Twin Peaks or The Prisoner? Or do we have so a good mystery box, or do we have some crap like Lost, for example, where they it's also built on mystery boxes, but they never get solved, and it's badly written. And as you said here, it's in second season they have more scenes outside the bureau, and we still haven't figured out if there is even a bureau, because I'm not sure about that. Because the work that they do in the bureau is kind of a stupid work, or not. It's
yeah, it's just moving numbers into from a screen. You pick out certain numbers and you drop them into like a hat. It'll be interesting to see what they do with that. If you're actually, I think each time they do that, they're actually possibly killing people.
No,
who knows?
Thing is, but Greg,
it's going to be something awesome.
This is a typical work that could a machine do much more efficient than a human. A computer program.
I don't think so. I think it takes a human to be able to recognize, for whatever reasons, that only a human can determine which of these numbers go into that box.
No,
it doesn't to me look like something that a computer
Greg,
could do. Nine.
The numbers that go into a box are the ones that pop up. They get a little bit bigger and uncanny. That's the numbers.
Right, that's right, Cub. But what you don't realize is a machine, it wouldn't get bigger for a machine. It's only because you're a human that you can see that. And only certain humans. That's what I'm getting from it. And perhaps you understand it differently. But if it was so easy that they could have a machine do it, they would have a machine do it, Cub. That it has to require a certain type of human. They made that pretty clear in their strange statements that the board and the other talk to each other. But perhaps I'm misinterpreting it. Perhaps.
No, but in season 2, we also get the fact that there is just one important person there. It just surrounds. We have the key to everything, which is this time a guy. It's this Mark guy. It's all about him. He's the only one they care about, and the others are just there that he can make his work, because they need him resulting in 100% or something like that.
That's true. They're perfectly willing to let the other people go.
Yeah. So that is also something that we get in the second season, but we still don't know what is going on. So and also I like the first season more than the second one.
Agreed.
And still, but I'm still curious because I watched, by the way, 8 episodes, and I have 2 to go, and I'm curious how this all concludes at the end.
Right. Well, we still have 4 to go on my side, but there's been 8 released at this time. I stopped at episode 6 because that's as far as I thought we'd leave 4 episodes for the end.
Yeah, we can do. This is no problem. As I said, there's not much to say about it because it's still a mystery box. We have still no idea what is going on.
Well, that leaves us with our last topic, and Jez isn't here. We were hoping Jez could make it so we could discuss Doctor Who with him, and he could bring his vast knowledge of early Doctor Who. But luckily, we do have Bazzil, who's a Whovian or whatever you call it, and we got Kat. Kat, did you get a chance? I know we watched what was it, the Dalek episodes? The first time the Daleks were introduced. Me, Kat, and Jez watched that together. That was season 1, wasn't it, Kat?
Yeah, I made it all the way to Assassination at Peking.
Okay, I'm gonna let Kat talk about it because she saw more of it than I did, and then we can hear from
Really?
Bazzil and Cub.
Wow.
Whatever you want to say.
Well, it starts out, the first episode's called The Unearthly Child. And it starts out at Coal Hill School. The girl's name is Susan Foreman, and she goes to school there. And 2 of her teachers are talking. They're very, very frustrated. They like the girl, but she's so smart. They really just don't know what they can teach her anymore, in a way. But there's other things they just don't understand how she knows some of the things she does. I can't remember what she teaches. Barbara Wright and then Ian Chesterton. Ian teaches science, and Barbara wants to meet her grandfather and do a home visit, and Susan won't let her come with her because she says her grandfather doesn't like strangers, and they're like confused because he's a doctor, and they follow her to her house that night, and it's at a place beside where a junkyard is, and where a junkyard is, and that's really confusing. There's a old police box there, and they watch her go in, and they're very confused about it, and they see an old man around there, and they ask him about it. They don't know what they're talking about, and then they see her come out, and they holler for, no, she didn't come out. They holler for her, and they hear her inside hollering back or whatever, and she pops the door up, and they know then. They just know. And it's like they end up inside, and they end up gone because the doctor pushes the TARDIS thingy, and they're gone.
Yeah, so to keep it a little bit shorter, because we're talking about the first 2 seasons, and yeah, but it's a nice introduction to our first Doctor. And at first, he's the Doctor he's a kind of like a normal guy who has a grandchild.
Yeah,
and also in the first seasons, he is not. He's not this kind of likable or something like that. He's more irresponsible in his behavior.
Yeah,
because
he
actually reckless.
He endangers everybody, sending them into that radiation city without checking for radiation and making up a story that, oh, we need to get this out of the city when he didn't need that at all. I thought, yeah, y'all make good points. Definitely irresponsible.
Yeah, and also it's his fault that they are stuck in time because he knows that his TARDIS is crap. He can't, and also it doesn't make any sense that he isn't able to exactly point the time and the place where he appears, because how can his granddaughter go to school with if it's like that? Is he waiting the whole time that she finishes school or what?
Homeschool.
No,
Right.
but she doesn't visit the school for the first day or something like that.
Right.
It's kind of established that she is a student there in this school. But if she's a student there, so what did her grandfather do the whole time? Waiting for her all the weeks or years or whatever? How long is she at this school? Because we know that he can't. If he would start the TARDIS, he couldn't come back because he don't know why. How? He can't go to an exact place or time with this TARDIS, which is kind of strange. I think they had no
British.
No, I think in the first seasons they had no idea what the series is going to be, because
I don't think they knew then how big it would get.
Yeah, but not just how big it would get. I think they just made it up as they went along, kind of. They had some ideas what supposedly should happen with these good episodes, like the Daleks and so on. But they also had crappy episodes like Marco Polo.
God, those are I just drag and drag.
Yeah, or the Aztecs was also not that great, and all these his history episodes I couldn't stand. They were awful. I thought.
Yeah, agreed.
Just filler. But the other ones I kind of liked, and it was interesting to see the first time when the Daleks appear and things like that. And also there was interesting episodes, like especially in the second season. First season, as I said, I didn't like these history ones, but
it wasn't that I didn't like them, but when you're trying to binge watch them fast, it's hard.
Yeah, it's really the first season is not the case for everyone. I can see people giving, because I back then gave up on Marco Polo. I just came to Marco Polo and I couldn't watch further because I was bored out of my mind, and I thought, oh no, more from this. No.
Man, that sounds like Bazzil.
Well, I'll end up watching all of it and going on, but yeah.
No, but I really would say the first season is the only interesting storyline there was the Daleks, I would say.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah,
what did you think about it, Bazzil?
I like the Daleks.
I didn't do it all. First episode I saw, I just fuck it. I was something awesome. This crazy Brit shows that don't make a fucking bit of sense. Or shall we say, fucking bit of sense.
Well, there you go.
No, but with season 2, I thought it got much better. And even with the first episode, Planet of Giants, I really liked it. It reminded me so much of Incredible Shrinking Man, or not.
But you know what?
Oh, wow.
Out of respect for the great cub, I'll go back and watch it.
No,
I'll suffer through the first season. Let's see how it goes.
No, the first season is kind of unwatchable. If you see, you can, if you
Yeah,
see
season
that,
one.
if you
right
see
now
it's a historic,
sucks.
it's a historic episode. It's about history, like the Romans or something like that. Then skip it because it's just filler. Doesn't bring
Well, that
anything to the
shows
table.
season one, episode one shows the Aztecs.
So which season are we moving on to? Season 3 for the next stream?
Yeah, it's season 3, but let's talk about season 2. Greg, you have watched it or not?
No, I wasn't able to watch all of it. No, I stopped at the Dalek thing.
In
Oh,
season
wow.
1 or season 2?
That was the end of season 1. I didn't get to season 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I
So,
assumed Bazzil was watching it. He said he would cover that.
Cat.
So I'm trying to watch season one again. I'm on the first episode again. Trying to suffer through it. The Aztecs. So far, it sucks.
Yeah,
Okay.
but no, but it's no problem. You can really say with these first seasons of Doctor Who, when it's a historic here, what you call it, history lesson or whatever, then you can skip it because these
Kind of
are
like
just
the old time tunnel episodes where they would do a history deal every week.
Yeah.
I don't know that show. I have no
Oh, the
idea.
time
How many
tunnel,
years has Doctor Who been going on? About 40 or 50 years?
It was
Time Tunnel was a classic sci-fi show from the late 60s.
No.
Uh,
No.
Kat, were you able to see
Nine.
season 2 from Doctor Who?
No, unfortunately, I could not.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the thing is, I have watched it, and season 2 is really no comparison to season 1. You have in season 2, you have only 2 storylines that suck, and the other ones are all great.
that's something.
Okay. So you have the romance, 4 episodes. That is again a history lesson, and you have what was the crusade again about? The crusade. I'm not sure. The Lion King of Java, Wheel of Fortune, Wall. Yeah, and the crusade is also sucks. It's also a history lesson.
Well, I'm gonna watch all this. You know that, right?
No, but these are 2 storylines that are boring as hell, and you can skip them. But the other ones, and the first storyline directly, Planet of the Giants.
On to season 3 for the next stream. So concentrate on season 3. Don't rewatch 1 and 2 because we've already covered that. So move on to season 3, everybody.
Okay.
No, as I said, if you like, you can go to season 2 and watch the storylines, but you can skip these 2 history lessons, the Romance and the Crusade, because the other ones are all science fiction episodes, and they're really okay. They are not that boring. As I said, Planet of the Giants is 3-parter where they land on Earth and they think they are again back in their time, but then they discover that they become little people like ants.
Oh, wow.
And it's like the Incredible Shrinking Man. That's really cool. And then you have the Dalek invasion of Earth as a second storyline, which is the one that you have seen as a movie.
Oh, well, that's cool. So we already saw that.
Yeah. I think you have seen the colored version of it or not.
Yeah, we did. Me and Jez and Kat watched it.
Yeah, and this is the second. This is the second storyline of season 2. And after that, as I said, there is a 2-parter, the rescue. but I can't remember what was going on there. And after that, the Romans, they suck. But then you get the Web Planet, and that's again a science fiction episode, which is okay, which is watchable. It's because when there is a science fiction or fantasy element in it, then I like it. But when it's just a stupid history lesson, I can't stand it. It's just boring. And this plays on the Web Planet, by the way. So it's kind of okay. It's okay. But then the Crusade sucks again, because that's again a history lesson. But then you get the Space Museum, a four-parter, which is really interesting. It's because the Space Museum, they they land on a planet where there is a museum where they find themselves frozen, kind of. And then they discover that this is supposed to be the future. And they are going to end up in this space museum. And now they try to find out how to avoid that. So it's really kind of cool. And after that, you have the chase, which is I think it's this is the chase was supposed to be the third movie that they wanted to make, because back in the 60s they made two Doctor Who movies, and they wanted to make a third one, but because the second one flopped, they didn't make the third one. And this was the storyline for the third one. They wanted to make the chase. And by the way, the chase is by the Daleks, because the Daleks want to get Doctor Who. And now they are chasing them in another TARDIS, in a TARDIS from the Daleks. It's not a TARDIS, a time machine. And with this time machine, they are constantly chasing after them. And this time machine, but this is a time machine that can precisely go where they want to go. And this is, by the way, how they can go back, because they use the time machine from the Daleks.
Oh, there you go.
So season 2 is kind of important to know what is going on, because the chase is also the one where I think where the companion changes, where the companion goes back or stays on Earth. And and then you have the Time Meddler, which is also a very cool 4-part episode, because in the Time Meddler you get another Time Lord.
You know, when you said something about the little people there, it made me think of Attack of the Puppet People.
As I said, it's really more like Incredible Shrinking Man, and I really like that. And as I said, I think probably my favorite storyline of the second season, I would say, is the Space Museum. But as I said, I also really like the Time Meddler, and some of the others are okay. Just as I said, this history lessons you can skip, and it's sad. But we can. Oh, Dragon completely didn't see that he left us. Okay, I would say for next time, let's watch season 2 and 3. What would you think?
Sounds good.
Yeah, and if as I said, when you have just a stupid history lesson, then you can skip it.
Sounds great. That sounds great.
The only one that you can't skip is the Time Meddler, And I say that because it starts out like a history lesson. It's because it plays in the Middle Ages or something like that. And you don't get directly that this is not a stupid history lesson, that this is about another Time Lord. So, yeah.
Okay, well, that's the last thing on the list.
Yeah, and for season 3, I haven't seen anything from season 3, so I can't tell you how if in season 3 are any ones that you can skip. But as I said, it's yes, okay, and then maybe we have also Jess with us, and we can go on with season 2.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Hopefully,
That'd be
he'll make it
great.
next time.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, I thought I had to. Yeah,
I guess we'll close out the show then. Does anybody have anything they want to say before we close out?
Yeah, I have to give Bazzil a wrench. I didn't see that he has none. Have you changed your telephone or something like that, Bazzil?
Maybe he did.
It's been a while. Yeah, about a year ago I did.
Yeah, because that's the reason why you don't have a wrench, I guess.
All right. Woohoo! He's hooking me
now
up.
look at my wrench.
That makes you a moderator.
There you go.
So you got your wrench. The other ones, they all have wrenches. So you can type something, Bazzil, then you see you brand new shiny brand new wrench.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna shut out the stream. See y'all all at the end of April.
Yeah, I can give you the date for the next stream. It's
Nice.
27th, April 27th. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. It's been fun.
And I can give you also already a few of the movies that you know what we are talking about. It would be Mickey 17, Snow White, and a Working Man, here the new Jason Statham movie, and Minecraft. And that's it.
All right.
Where are you finding these movies?
These are the movies that come out in the next 2 months.
Where do you find them, Cub? Where?
I find them on IMDb. What comes next? Something like that.
Doesn't work in here.
New movie. But as I said, it's there are just 4 movies on the list till now. It's just Mickey 17, Snow White, A Working Man, and Minecraft.
Sounds good.
But I sent you the list in time. Okay.
Yeah. Right. But we won't get the link until 3 minutes before the show.
Yeah. Hey, with the link.
At least send the list so we'll know what the hell's going on here.
Right?
So that way when we get stuck
send the
with
list to me, Greg.
Take a link 30 seconds before the show starts. At least we'll know what the hell's going on.
Well, thanks for coming by, everybody.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you for having me here.
As I said, we only have kind of 4 movies for next time because there are so little movies come out.
That's good. We need less.
And that means that means
we know Cub is going to add boiler.
No, not. We got Cub's promise.
No,
Cub's promised that he would add nothing more.
No, that means that
hold you to that, Cub.
Really,
well, we got to watch Doctor Who season 3 also.
That's true. That's going to eat up all our time.
So that means that we really can concentrate a little bit more on Doctor Who.
I still got to watch.
Well, you never know what Bazzil's going to concentrate on. He might watch Skeleton Crew again. Never know.
Never.
Hey, and
I'll agree to suffer through Doctor Who, but that's the end of that.
Hey, and then and next week we can talk a little bit more about Basil's favorite boy bands. If we,
Yeah, we're
if we
not
like.
coming back next week. At the end of April.
I mean next time.
On the next show.
We can talk a little bit more about Basil's favorite boy bands and boy groups and so on.
Yeah, there you go.
And more about Robbie Williams.
Yeah. Okay, well, good night, everybody. Watch
See you
out for
Good night.
the
Thanks for
vampires
watching.
in Germany.
Yeah, thanks for watching. And I would say see you next time. And I'm going.